end of the whole thing. Anyway, we are recorded at this time. This is Josiah again on each one. Teach one. We are on the very last day of our first cohort for IT Foundation and AWS Cloud Training, codename IFACT. This program is sponsored by Lockdown LLC, and each one Teach One is the implementation partner. And I welcome everybody to the program. And thank you, the viewers, and more especially the team members that I've worked together with to go through these difficult times and arrive at this point. There's no word that can explain the excitement that I have in my mind about all of this stuff. So I will turn this over to you guys so I can get a perspective of what you guys have learned so far, and then we can do quite a few things about the website we've built, and again, how to, instead of using the IP address, we can use a fully qualified, a top level domain name to access the website. Instead of using the number, which is very difficult for humans, then we can use the domain name we bought to do that. So now I will leave you guys to tell me a little bit about your experiences and the difficulties. For those of you that have done the homework or assignment, I'd like to hear it. I would like to go through everything we've learned, whether it's in the question format or you have anything to ask, and so on and so forth. And then we go from there. All right? The floor is open now. Can everybody hear me? Can you guys hear me? Are you guys still with me, or are you guys gone? Uh-oh, too quiet. Hello, guys. Mm-mm. Hello? Did I lose you guys?
Hello?
I don't know what happened. Did I lose you guys?
Yeah, just for a second.
I lost you guys, and I had no clue that I lost you guys. Did you guys hear anything I said?
I heard it, yeah.
Okay, so if you have anything to say, go ahead and say it.
Well, I just wanted to say it's been an amazing journey, and I'm more confident now in this field, and I can't wait to learn more. And it was just, and most of all, Josiah, thank you for everything, for the time and energy you have put into this program. It's just been an amazing, amazing journey. Thank you, everyone.
All right, let's take turns and go around the circle here before we tackle the problem of the day. It's not going to be much of a problem. It's just going through step by step the process of some things. So next.
Okay, to echo what Ati have said, I'd like to say thank you so much to yourself for putting this program together. And gosh, this time last year I would have never imagined that I'd be doing this right now. I feel very confident and curious and determined to follow the next steps. Like, this feels like, it feels like the start of a really good journey, and my hands are open and willing to help on whatever the next step is. And thank you to all my teammates that have helped and supported and done amazing things. There's a really amazing team of gifted, talented people in this group that I admire very much, and I hope to be like one day when I grow up. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. Profound, profound. Next. Is Charity here today?
Uh, this is Agatha. Charity is she's out of town, but she's on her way coming back home. So she'll probably join us a little bit later.
Is she okay though? Because I didn't see her testimonial.
She's okay, and she's gonna submit it to me. She said later when she gets home.
That's awesome. Great, great work.
Yeah.
Great work, guys. Next.
But I also want to take this time to say thank you, Josiah, for taking sacrificing your time, your precious time to teach us this IT. So I've learned a lot from this, and this program it has sparked an interest on cybersecurity on my side. So
That's
I
that's
plan
awesome.
to I plan to look into that.
So for those of you that are listening, Agatha is already in the field. She's not just saying just to talk. She's already an experienced person, although she plays it down, but I know she is. And I think Janelle is the same way too. So we have to listen to what everybody has to say and judge for ourselves. So the benefit of what we are getting here is the benefit of somebody that's doing something out of their heart. They're not looking to get anything but to impart the knowledge to people. If you remember when you were in primary school or secondary school, there's that teacher that goes a long way. I'm not a teacher, I'm just a team member. I work with you guys. However, I'm just trying to emphasize on a point. There's that teacher that goes a long way to show you to do stuff for you. Even sometimes gives you money or bring you food or invite you to their house. You know, those are the teachers that touch the student's heart and make the student understand that they are very important. So that's the perspective, that's the angle that I was coming from. And I hope to not only touch you, spark the like, ignite the light in your memory, in your mind, to recognize that this is actually not hard. This is really easy. Everything is already done for us. It's not back in the days when we had to do a whole bunch of stuff by ourselves. These things are already done. So all we have to do is take advantage of it. That's what I'm trying to show you guys. And the pedagogy that I'm using is pretty much a different pedagogy, different from what anybody know. It's just completely different. It's different. What we're saying is, hey, it's okay. You can fail. You can just fail the class. Not really fail the class. Meaning, while you are trying struggling with it, you will find avenues. You find the opportunity to solutions. That's basically what we are saying. So while you are struggling, hey, you can find opportunity to the solution that you are looking for. There will be an opportunity. You know, somebody said it very well. I think it was Natalie that said that, and I think it resonates. It's very interesting to that statement she made. Next, please. I lost you guys again.
I'm here.
Oh, I'm saying if I lost other people. I was hoping that two more people would do their testimonial. Any more? Any more? Any other person? Okay. Who else? I got this here. Is Edigan here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you can tell us what you think as a way of motivating us. I know it's the last day. We don't plan to do much, but it's always good to end up in a good note, and the energy is gonna flow where it is gonna flow to where is the weakest. So you never know what you could say to encourage us.
Okay, actually, I'm most grateful for the opportunity you've given to everyone for the mere fact that you haven't charged anything from us. You've done this consistently, and then I'm most grateful for this opportunity because I've learned so much. You are not being behind due to some constraint, but I believe by the grace of God next week I should be able to fix up everything. So thank you so much for all you've done for us.
No problem. Thanks a lot. We give
And
the
I'll really
glory
and
to.
I'll really join the next stream.
Okay, no problem. Like I said, every one of you is welcome to come in to bring more, to pack a wall up when you come in to help. The goal is for you to help the next one. And if there's an area you didn't grasp very well, it's still an opportunity for you to grasp that part. You know, we're not
Okay.
discriminating anybody, but you have to understand that you come in to help this time. You come in to
Okay.
say,
So
hey,
when
this is
next
how you do this is how you do that. You just try to contribute and help the new people, and even go through the coursework and come up with other ways to do the same thing that's in the coursework and make the coursework stronger. So I don't know. There are two more people left to say something. If there's somebody else left to say something, we can just go straight to what we are here to do for
Okay,
about
so
30 minutes. Go ahead.
when is the next room starting?
Oh, it should be October the 1st. I'm giving myself 2 weeks to kind of relax and do other stuff that I need to do. And then we start.
Okay.
So there's a
Okay.
website. The girls started something on a website, and they're working on the website. I really like how Natalie and Azia, what they're doing. Azia has some stuff on the post which she has not published it, but it's interesting. I kind of helped that out on there because I saw what she was doing with Fibonacci and plant and all of that. And I also look at it as an opportunity to say the truth about the matter, reflecting, going back to the history and stuff, and pushing the fact, the truth. So I think I like her work. She's taking what we learned and she's relating it to day-to-day activities and what we do on a regular basis with our family and our kids. That's very brilliant. So I never looked at what we are doing from that perspective, but she did, and I really like that. So this website you guys are looking at, the girls came up with these things, you know. So this is just amazing, you know. You know, it's just a good beginning for every one of us. And this is on a light cell. It is not even an EC2 or da 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 and all of that. So this is just straight to the point. If you don't want to deal with the DevOps, development operations, and all those administration of servers, you just use Lightcell. That's it. Okay. So now, what I wanted to touch on is it's true that you guys did the website and everything, and it works great. I thought that it is important to you guys recognize that you don't really have to use the IP address for that website. Now you also have to make sure that you secure the website that you view. So for that, in order to do this, you're gonna have to buy a top level domain name. And to buy a top level domain name, there are a couple of places you can go to buy. You can go to GoDaddy.com. You can go to GoDaddy to buy it, which is here. And when you get here, what you want to do is you want to put the domain name that you're that you want to see if it's available. Like if you put teach1.com, we'll see if it's available. I'm sure it's not gonna be available. Somebody else probably got it. As you can see, it's 9,950. Somebody's already got it. That means you can make an offer. Whoever owns it can now give it back for that money. Some people hoard domains, they hoard it. So if somebody really big wants it, they can sell it for big money too. So as you can see, that one is not available. And the one that we got is not available because we got it too. This one is taken, as you can see right here. So this is the one we got. I bought this, but I bought it from this company called SiriusHosting.com. This is where I bought it from. So I already have account with these people. So I went to their account that I have with them, and then I bought this. Okay. So I have lots of domain names. So if I sign in here, you will see all the domains name that I have, but I'm not gonna do that. However, you can search for the domain that you want to buy. Let's say if you want to buy each one, teach one here, it's gonna tell you the same thing because if it's not available, it's not available. Okay, so if you go there and search for it, You're searching for a domain, sorry. Let's click that. So it requires that I log in. I really don't want to log into it. So let me see if I can get something from support. From the order here. I just want to search that. Yeah, it requires that I log in. But anyway, you can get it from GoDaddy. Okay, like I showed you guys. You can get it
Have
from
you tried? Have you tried 123 Edge?
that one too. You can get it from that one. There's so many of them out there. There's so many companies you can get it from. So these are some of them that you can get whatever the top level domain name that you want. You get it there. So I went and got that one. So once I got that one, each one teach one the US. Remember we have the light cell. I came to light cell. I don't know if I remember the password to light cell. You guys remember light cell with the Vietnamese application?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I went there. What I did was when I got there, you guys remember this? We had this. Remember? You
Mm.
guys remember all of this on light cell?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I did was I clicked here. If you click this, can somebody tell me what will happen if I click this thing here? This little arrow here.
It will open
The terminal.
the
Exactly.
terminal
It takes us to the terminal. So let's
platform.
do that. It goes to the terminal. Bingo! It goes straight to the terminal, okay? So I'm glad you guys remember that. So now what I did when I got here was I went here. I went to manage, okay? Once I got to manage and I looked at it, I said, okay, this is nice. So how can I make this instead of making it to be an IP address, and now it will be that domain name that I bought. So I went to networking. Let me see if I got it right. I went to networking. As you can see, this is the this is public facing. This is public facing. This is internal facing. Okay. So I don't know if I want to make it a static IP. Let me think. It should be better to have it as a static IP. That way, if something happens and it won't affect anything much. So
And what was
let's
the
say
difference,
we create
Josiah?
the static. Can you see me?
Yeah, I have a question. What was the difference between static IP and elastic IP?
The static IP and elastic IP should be the same thing, but the different names for different companies. Elastic IP is an IP that it doesn't change if anything happens uh, to your uh, to your server EC2 in AWS. But here in Lightcell, they are calling it static IP.
Okay.
Okay, so the static IP is never gonna change. It's not dynamic. But the one we have right now is dynamic. So I want to replace it. So now I'm gonna select the instance I want to replace it with, which is this instance, right? Okay, so it's gonna be okay. So that IP becomes static and it's attached to this one. Okay, so to identify the static IP, um, I just give it a name. Maybe I call it CMWP, or CMWP, just to make sure everything rhymes like this. CMWP, right? 2020 IP1. So like that. Okay. Create a static IP address and that. Okay. Static IP addresses are free only while attached to an instance. Pay attention. You can manage 5 at no additional cost. So we create it, right? So now we have the static IP now. All right. Okay. So this is taken care of. So let's go to home. So okay, go to networking. Okay, go to networking. I go to networking. I go back here again. Try to see if I can add an A record to it. Attaching IP address. Okay, this is done. It's attached to this one. Let me see if there's something. There's something I need to do. I don't know why I'm not. Okay. Let me check. Check this one. Network. Okay. I've already created a DNS zone. I don't know if we wiped it out by mistake. Okay, that's fine. Let's create it again. So this is the domain we have registered. We registered each one. Enter the domain you have registered. If you have registered your domain. If you have not registered your domain yet, you must do this using a domain provider such as. Okay, we have already registered, so we registered each one teach1.us. This is the domain we registered. So we registered that, so we enter that. So you can do, you can add key if you want. You can add key if you want, and you can add the value for the key. So we can say that this is a light cell, which value is key or value, enter key tag, enter key. So no, this one is key only. So I want to do this one. I want to do this one, the key and value. So if I say light cell, then if I say light cell, well, I can just say CMWP 2020, and I'll just say that it's web server is the value for it. So like that, say web server is the value for it. Okay. So now we create the DNS. Okay. All right. So we want to set a record for this now. You want to do an A record. If you look at the guide, if you follow the guide, you will see I specified it in the Google Drive there. So now you want to do the A record. The A record here will be, yeah, that's A record. You want to do add, so it's a wildcard. So now you want to select this guy. Remember that IP? That's one we're attaching it to. And you want to do, yeah, you want to, say, okay. Okay, so you want to add, I would like to add this one too, just in case. www. So can somebody now type www.each1teach1.us to see if it works? Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
Because I got an elastic IP right now, because last time we did it, it wasn't. Did it work? No, I'm trying to, I'm doing it. So the IP address that we're using is correct anyway. So we added the records here. So did anybody check? No? Did you check? It's not working yet, so we have to give it some time, and then it will work. All right. So that's basically how you now take the top level domain name that you got and attach it to the either the instance of the EC2, I mean either the instance in the light cell by following the error code and making sure you have the error code created like we did here. So you go to the DNS record, make sure there's a DNS record, and then you have this, you have all of this created, and also you make sure that whatever is down here, okay, whatever is down here, you copied it and you put it wherever you bought it from. For instance, I bought mine from, let's see, I bought mine from these people, SiriusHosting.com. So those things is called name servers. So I have to take the name servers from Lightcell. I have to take the name servers from Lightcell, and I have to take them and I put it in a place here. I have no choice but maybe to show you guys this. I don't know what my password is. 1 second. Let me see if I can find my password somewhere else. Do you guys understand what's going on? Do you guys understand what's going on?
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, what we built before, you can only locate it with the IP address. But now we went and bought a domain name, top level domain name. And now in order to do it with the top level domain name, just like when you type www dot, readable words. In order to do that, we have to go back to Lifecell. Okay, we have to go back to Lifecell and do what? and and set up, create the DNS. Once we create the DNS, first of all, we have to get a static IP, which is the same thing as Elastic IP in AWS EC2, but now it's light cell. So they call it static IP. It's not dynamic. Dynamic changes all the time. Like every 90 days, or whenever your computer goes off and comes back, you get another dynamic IP. But static one is not the same. It's the same. I mean, it's not changing, but it's the same at all time. So that's what you need, because if that IP changes, when people try to go to your website, they're not gonna be able to go. So as you can see, when you try to go to that website, you weren't able to go. Why? Because we just changed the 3.4 to this one. So you're not gonna go to it until the DNS populates. You have to do what? You have to populate itself. Okay, you have to generate itself across all the authoritative domains. And once that happens in a couple of hours, when you go back to the website, you access it. It won't be a problem at all. Now, with that being said, there's another thing you need to do. You need to secure. Um, I wasn't able to get my password, not because I can't get it, just because I don't want to get it. I don't want anybody to see, because I have too many domains here. But basically, I tell you what, when you look at this, um, you take all of this one by one, four of them, and you go to your whatever you bought the stuff. You're gonna have where you can manage domains. You go where you manage domains and you change the name servers. These are what you put in. You delete what is already there and put this ones in there. So I'll still try to get my password to show it to you guys. Okay, I'll try hard to get it. I think I'm able to get to it, but we're gonna have
Teach.
to, huh?
Maybe you can stop sharing while you log in until you get to the actual page you want to get to, and then share again.
No, my problem is I can get it on the other computer. That's my problem. I have it on the other computer, but I don't want to, do it here. Okay, I understand what you said. Let me see what I can do now about that, because I easily got into this one. Ah, I don't want to reset the password, but I'll have to now. Okay, all right, 1 second. want to reset it, but I have to reset it so I can teach you guys this. If I don't reset it, it's not gonna be good. I want you guys to know this. Very important to know it. Okay, I found where to change the password. Okay, it's okay. Don't worry, I'll be alright. Is Janelle here today?
Janelle sends her apology.
Oh, okay. Is she okay though?
Yeah, she left a message on WhatsApp.
Oh, okay. I hope everything goes well for everyone. Sometimes things get crazy. When you thought you have it together, next thing you know, something bad happens. Could get crazy sometimes. All right, so now we can do it. So as you can see, each one teach one is right here. I click on it because I bought it from here. Once I click here, I want to go to down here. See where it says manage server? It could be different for your company or for whoever you work for or anybody. It could be different. But I want you to pay attention and see right here. This is what you take, and you're gonna take it and replace whatever that's there. Like right here, if you go to name server, we're gonna replace that O2 with this one. For me, I have to go to custom, and then I have to replace it with this one, right? And then I go to the next one. This is the magic here. Then I go to the next one. I do the same thing. So if you don't do this, don't expect the website to work using human readable letters or words. It won't work. It will only work with the IP. But working with the IP is not what you want. You want it to work with this one. Why? You know when the server get restarted, people can still access it. But if you don't get a static IP and when server get restarted, they will be calling you, oh, we can't get back to the website. We can't get back to the website. So you want to avoid that. So you want to do it this way. Okay? And whenever you create a DNS zone, whatever you have before will be wiped out. Just letting you know. So this one now, we're going to save the changes. So once we save the changes, give it some time. DNS is going to replenish itself and convert. And when you click on each one, you should be able to get in there. So we took care of that, as you can see. Maybe now when we go to each one, we can get it. But let's give it a little bit of time. You guys should try to see if it works. Yeah, you guys should try to see if it works. I'll just give it some time and just work. So basically, that's what you do. Once you do that, and if you understand how the domain name servers work, you should know that once you do it, it's not going to take effect right away because it has to kind of build itself back in all the authoritative name servers all across the world. For instance, let me show you something. Let's make sure it saved it though. Yeah, it seems like it saved it. Yeah, it saved it because if you look at the first one, 41.org, oh, it didn't save it. There's a problem here, guys. Uh, That's a problem. Let's go back. That's a problem. It still has the old one here. Are you guys with me? it still has the old one here, so it's not ready yet. You see? I wonder why. Fourth1.org, but here is this one. Copy. I go back here. This should be the first one, guys. Let's go back and check here. Hey, you guys who walk with me now, come on. Okay, so we go back here. We put the second one should be this. Okay, let's go here and check it. This is the second one. So the third one is 1700. Okay, this one is the third one. This one, I got it wrong. Right? Okay, so we look at the other one. This should be the last one. NS 1700 AWS DNS 20co.uk. NS, okay, this one, it should be the fourth one. This is the name server. Are you guys with me? Can you check if this is correct, please? So we can go to the next thing.
Yes, correct.
I'm gonna pull this one out. Is this correct?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
did you guys see it to know if it's correct? I'll get it to where you can see it. Is this correct? We want to make sure it's correct.
It is.
45.net, then 41.org, and 20UK and 03 and all of that. Okay, now let's save it again. This time we might get fortunate. All right, so if we've saved it, so let's check it again. Well, it didn't save just like we put it, but okay. All right, okay then. All right, okay then. Yep. Okay. Maybe we should just remove this one. Maybe we should just remove this one. Let's remove this one. Let's just remove that one and try this. I know it won't work right away. It will take a little while and then it will work. So basically, this is how you do it, and that is done. Another step that you have to take is to add a TST record in the DNS, especially if you want to secure your website, you want to verify that you are the owner of the website. So they need this record. So the way this one works is it's a little tricky, but let me see. Okay, let's do it. It's a little tricky. So the way it works is you have to write Acme challenge. So this means that this Acme challenge has some strings that you have to put here, and the string that you have to put there comes from it comes from here, right? Let me see if we still have that shell still open. Okay, we don't have it open anymore. So, but let me open another cell and we'll go through that one. Okay, where is that shell? I just opened it now, right? Light cell. Oh, okay. Oh, I have the old one too. Okay, so the way it works is you go here and you wanna, okay, let's reconnect. You wanna follow some instructions on how to do this, which I have already identified before. Oh, okay, it's giving us problem now. Okay, this is the old one. Sorry, guys. So let's go back to this one and go to a new one. Okay, this is the new one. That one is done. Okay, because the IP changed. So I do ls Vietnamese credential and all that stuff. All right, good. So what we need to do now is to do a SAT bolt renew. I've already done some preliminary updates on there. Um, it's not gonna renew. Basically, we have to do. Let me see. What I have to do is not gonna renew with that. Okay, with this it will. So this a command that you have to type in. The command comes from here. Okay, this command comes from here. I'll copy it out. Commands come from here. Copy it. You put this here. All right. So you put it here, and you will get this. So what you have to follow the instruction that they have given here, step by step, all of that. You have to do all this stuff, but I don't have to do all this stuff because I think I've done some of it. Yeah, I've done some of it, if not all of it. Okay. I think I've done this one too. I've done this one too. Okay, I've get the stuff out, but why? Okay, I've done that. Okay. So the one we need to do now is this one. All right. So it's a process, but because I've done it before, we might have a problem, but I will do it regardless. So meanwhile, let me check if this is working as yet. If this one is finally working. I doubt it. However, we'll have to move forward. So it says install by default. It will attempt to use the web server both for obtaining and installing the certificate. Sabo error argument, didn't expecting one argument. Okay, saying there's a problem with that argument. Okay. Okay, let's see what the problem is. Based on what we have here, sudo sabo d general sat only. Enter the following command. Okay, let me copy this whole thing. See, maybe that's where I made a mistake. right, we put that one. Nope, not that one. I think we have to put I think this one. No, not this one. Yeah, we put this one. And then we make sure that it's correct. We have to ask it to give us back all those things we entered by doing an echo. Echo means you have to return this to the console like this. And then it return that. It has one a wildcard one, meaning that anything that you put dot each one, it should show it to you. Then after that, we can now run this command. Hopefully it will work this time. Okay, so it's asking us which one, keep the existing certificate for now, renew and replace the SAT. So I'm gonna do, what would you like to do? I'm gonna do renew and replace the certificate. Okay, so I'm gonna do renew and replace the certificate. I'm gonna do 2, and I'm gonna enter that, and I'm gonna follow instructions. Okay, so now it's giving me congratulations. It's telling me that I've successfully done it, and it's telling me the expiration date is gonna expire in December 14th. So that's like we're looking at 3 months, then it expires. So this is how you do what? This is how you make sure that your website is secure by having that little lock on the top left hand side, which means that your communication is on a secure site, and it means that we know who owns this website, and we know it's not a rogue website. Okay, and now from there you can also continue to implement TLS, etc., for encryption. Having a secure communication, that's what it's all about. And this secure communication happens through port 443, which is by default HTTPS, and port 80 by default is HTTP. And the internet or any web application pretty much will, I mean, anything on the internet we communicate through HTTP, as long as it's not secure, it's just a straight up thing. It will use that. And website predominantly uses HTTP, okay, because it's hypertext transfer protocol. So that's what that is. So we have been able to accomplish this, and this is the end of this program. We've been able to demonstrate that we can buy a top level domain and then slap it on the IP address, which is pointing to, and a static IP address, which is pointing to the instance of our application, which in this case, this is a WordPress application. This is its IP address, as you can see. And we have done all of that. I know we did it so fast, we didn't even wait for one to work, and we did the other one. So that's okay, it's not that bad. So once you finish, you want to test a couple of things. You want to do there's something called DNS2 or MS2. It will help you to figure out if your DNS record is intact. You do a lookup for it. For instance, if you check, for instance, the Acme challenge, to see if the Acme challenge was a success anyway. Okay, so let's see if it was a success. I'm doing DNS lookup. Okay, it's not MS. MS is Exchange, Microsoft Exchange. It's mail, has to do with mail exchange. Sorry. So as you can see here, we have some. Oh no, let me. Super 2 DNS record published, DNS record not found. Okay, DNS record is not found, is still not completely converged. Okay, so I'm trying to see if the challenge happened successfully, but let me see, maybe I did it wrong. Let me be specific to what I want. I want TXT lookup. Okay, this is what I want. TXT, take note guys, TXT lookup. So what that does is, when we were going through the process of getting making our website secure, if you are doing it manually, you have to take some string and go here and put it there. Yeah, but in this case, we didn't do it. That means the system knows this domain name already. Okay, it didn't ask us if we owned it, but the secret is I've done it before. Okay, so it knows, so it's not gonna ask you, oh, whatever. But if you do if you do TST lookup, it's gonna show you here TST lookup if it works. Okay, all right, but in this case, it didn't work. So that leads me to go back to what we've done before to see if there was a step that we missed. Like when we do it, it says you have an existing certificate, if you guys remember. And it says keep the existing certificate for now. Instead, I did number 2, which is this one, renew and replace the cert. So I renewed and replaced that cert. But there's one problem. When I did that, that cert was. Can somebody tell me what went wrong here? I need somebody to tell me what went wrong. Are you guys with me? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
We're here.
Yeah, can somebody tell me? Remember, I've done this before. The IP address that time and the IP address now is not the same. So, can somebody tell me why it didn't check? 2 questions. Why it didn't check for TST to make sure I own the website, and then why now it's not working? Because I did the TST lookup, I didn't see
Is it
anything.
because
Huh?
it changed it to a static IP address and then added the domain name?
That's it. It's because majorly because of the IP address is different because when whoever we're buying this from, we're getting the certificate from Let's Encrypt. They will that certificate will have to be tied down to an IP address. So they tied it out to that one. Now I changed it, so it's a mismatch. So therefore, I can't get a TST record. That simply means I have to go back and start all over again. You see? I have to go back and because I've caused a lot of problem right now. So I have to even wait for the website to come back up so that DNS will be populated all across the globe. Then after that, then I come back and I get another certificate. So for the certificate, I'm not gonna get any certificate now. I just wait another day. Although it told me that, oh, I did well, but I'm just gonna wait another day. For instance, if I run this now, it's gonna go through the same process. Okay? But if I say renew and replace, right? Select the appropriate number, 1 to 4. If I say keep the existing certificate for now, it won't do nothing. But if I say renew and replace the certificate, it will now go and renew and replace the certificate. But the problem is it doesn't know. Maybe it knows, but the thing is it did not ask me to verify if I own that domain name. See? It did not ask me to verify if I own that domain name. But that's a trick though. Okay, that's a trick. There's other ways to do it. We can check. There are places we can go check certain things and fix those problems. But my bottom line is to show you guys the process of what you need to do to get a secure website. So this is the process you go through. You use Let's Encrypt. They are open source. They give you a certificate for 3 months. You have to renew for every 3 months. If you want to renew it, you do SAT renew, and it will renew for you. CERTBOT renew. It will just renew it for you. But right now, the issue we have is we 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 did not we changed the IP address. Okay, we needed to wait for the IP address to populate so that the top level domain name and our IP the top level domain name will be pointed to our IP. Okay, so we didn't wait long enough, so that's why we have this issue. So now if you go back here, you will see that this is a wildcard for our domain name and resolves to this. And you guys know this. See, this is a static IP. So this is the IP we created. Remember, guys? This is the IP we created. So it resolves to this one. So once it resolves to this one, now we go to next step to secure the site. But it haven't even resolved. So how can we now secure the site? You get where I'm coming from? All right. So we can also do this. We can go back to Lightcell and we can try to access the site with using this one. We can do that. We can do it. We can access the sites using, I think it's yeah, this is it. So let's try it. See? So we have to wait, be patient to wait so that it will point that to this IP address. It hasn't done it yet because remember, not too long ago, I set the old everything on that old IP address. So I can prove it to you guys here. I can go here and prove it to you guys, SSL Labs. So if you put this, I've done it before, each one, teach one, right? The US, and watch for yourself what you're gonna get. Watch for yourself. This is SSL Labs, and these people will give you the report of your, you see, it's a mismatch. You can clear the cache, and continue going. But it's telling you it's a mismatch. So we have to wait for all the name servers across the world to now recognize that this domain name is pointing to this IP address. You get it? So they haven't recognized that yet. So that's gonna be that way till that's happened. All right. So I have done it before with the 34 dot whatever IP address. Okay. I've done it before, so now that will have to flush out. The DNS has to do what? Be flushed, and then it will bring this as a new record, and we continue from there. You see, I was telling you guys the fact. You see, it's been done before, so it will determine that it was a mismatch. Okay, all right. So we have a lot of work to do here with securing the website. Okay, for now, this website looks like you can see it through the IP address, but we really want to see it through the fully qualified domain name. I mean, top level domain name. That's how we want to see it. Okay, so if we manage it, okay, it's still Vietnamese. So let me go back. Let me go back to this one. Okay, this one is the one that I want. Oh, not this one. This is an old one. So, okay, let's try this one. Let's go to network. Okay, the port is true and everything. Okay, this one is already attached to the machine. So, snapshot history. Okay, it looks good, but okay, let me go back to Lightcell again, guys. Okay, DNS. Okay, this is where we want here. This is where we want. This one is the one I configured before, guys. Let's pay attention here. So this is the one I configured before. Okay, and this is the new one. okay, that I tried to show you guys. But I'm sure if I remove this one now, the 44.235 252 is no longer gonna work. All right, that will no longer work. So I will remove it, and you guys can see that it will no longer work. Okay, so now I'll kind of refresh this one. Okay, I refresh that. So this is the tag web server. As you can see, those tags on web server that I did before. Now I'll go and manage this again. So when I manage this again, what do we get now? We get this. All right. Okay. So do you guys notice what happened? So that IP address now ended up falling onto this one. And this is exactly how we want it. This is exactly how we want it. So hopefully if we go and type, you see I've done this before. It was 32 before, now it's 44, da 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 da. But on the global, the T means this site is not trusted. So we need to do what? We need to secure the website and get it to be trusted by going through the process the right way. We haven't gone through it the right way. So now if we do teach one, each one teach one, I would think that it should work now. It will not work as an each one teach one. I think it should work because the one I did before worked just fine. I don't know where all the confusion came from. So the DNS record is set correct, and we added this. Okay, let me add one more record just in case that might be the issue. Let's do this one just in case, okay? We pointed to this one. You guys know this server, right? Do you guys remember this server? Hello? You guys
Is that the
understand?
one you created?
Yeah, this is the original one we had created. Yeah, that's the original one we created. You see, that's the original one we created. Another thing that I want to do is let's see if we can do this. If we do this and add this to it, let's see what happens now. If we can go straight to either one, let's see. So it's clocking and clocking and clocking. It looks like it's gonna go. It's not gonna go. It looks like it's gonna go. It's not gonna go. But still, it's working on 44. Oh, it's not even working on 44 anymore because I pointed it to the server. See? See, it's not working in that one either. See, it didn't work in this one. It didn't work in this one. It didn't work in this one either. So what we need to do now is to take a look back at it again. So for the record, associate your domain server to IP address. So we are convinced that it has to go to the IP address, okay? Enter IP address, okay? Did anybody remember that IP address? Let's go back and let me copy it. Let me copy it somewhere here. Which one is this one now? This is not the right IP address, guys. So let me go back to home. Okay. Did you guys notice it changed to this one now? You see? So what we're learning here now is that we have to have a static IP address. If we don't have a static IP address, it's not gonna work. Okay? So we'll go ahead and get a static IP address whenever we view this. So the way we did it before was right. We got a static IP address when I attached it to that instance. Like you see what we did here. This is right. What we did here is right. This is right. So what we need to do is get a static IP and attach it to this instance. And you shouldn't do anything until for sure you know it's working. At least it's working. So now we have this. We have that. We have the two of them. The DNS records. And the next thing we have to do now is do what? We have to find a static IP address because if we don't, every time we do a little stuff, we lose everything. And you have to pay attention that notice that every time you change the IP address, you have to start all over again. Okay, so it's like we're in a catch-22 situation. We're in a catch-22 position here. So this is our DNS zone, the one that I created. It doesn't have a static IP address. It has the IP address that we just got. Okay, so now it's resolving to this server. It's resolving to this server, and that server must have an IP address. Okay, so whatever the IP address, if we use it right now, we can go to the website. So that's what I'm going to accomplish with you guys. Use that IP address to go to the website, and that is as simple as that. This is the IP address. If we now put it on the page here, it should be able to take us to the website. So basically what we're learning here is just simple mechanism of how things work. So next move, when you get home on your spare time, you need to go and create a static IP before you start doing anything else. Once you stand up, once you start Lightcell, give it a static IP before you start anything else. If not, you're gonna have lots of problems. Okay. Now, with that being said, if we with this now, with what we have right now, let's see if we can go, if we can do something with the name itself. Okay, so we said let the name resolve to here. Okay, this is the IP address here. We say let the name resolve to here, right? We click that. Okay, no, going back to this one again. I should be going to the home. Okay, if you go to networking, okay, this is the DNS zone that we have already. If I do manage it, I have this. So we are saying each one should resolve to this. Resolve to this. This is the instance, and this one should resolve to this. Right? That's what we are saying. But okay, let me add another record here. Let me add an A record. What I'm gonna say is this, that it should resolve to this IP address, which is the same thing. No matter how I try to type it, it's telling me it's the same. 54 dot, okay. Okay, 54.188.244.94. One 188.244.94, right? So it won't take it, so it's the same. Okay, so basically we have to just be patient for everything to take shape. So that's just about it. I have done it before, it worked just fine, but because I did it before, I've confused the DNS and they're getting the same report, a different report for something that already worked before. So it's gonna take some time to flush the old record that's in the cache and make sure that everything works well again. So by tomorrow, all this will be working. I strongly believe that. Even when we did the static IP and replaced it, we shouldn't have, but for the purpose of the education, I have to show you guys how these things are derived. I think that's where we'll stop for today, and let the fun begin. So if you go to the Google Drive, you should be able to see the step-by-step of everything that I've done here. These are there are 4 use cases that we've used here, and I think we missed one of the use cases. But I recommend that everybody go to Coursera and take their chance with going cloud native before you take the exam. It's very important that you take the exam. I'm done now. I'm so tired. I don't know what you guys want to do, but we've wrapped it up. We did great. So everybody here? Everybody's quiet. Oh, they probably lost me. Did you guys lost me?
Hello?
Hello.
Did you guys lost me? Hello?
Yeah, we lost you for a second.
For a second, but did you guys hear everything?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So it gets a little quiet. So what do you guys want to do? Any new idea of what we can do? Because basically I have done what I planned to do today with you guys. Hello?
I guess I'm feeling a little bit like separation anxiety.
No, I'm still here. We started another class, and I don't want you guys to say, "Oh, it's another class and that's over with." No, 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 no. You have to keep pushing yourself. The cloud is there. AWS there is free. You can use it. You can keep pushing because you want to get this skill down pat. It's the skills of the future. We want to be a part of the economy that is to come. We want to make a technology an equalizer, not a driver of inequality. So I'm really encouraging you guys. I've put out my time in. I never was late. I never missed one simple class. When I missed, it was computer issues. I want you guys to go about it that way. And I think there's a whole lot of things that you guys can achieve together if you continue doing what you're doing. The class is not easy, to be honest. It's technical, it's hands-on, but like you said, we fail well and make mistakes only to find opportunities that will lead to solutions. So don't be scared or afraid. So if you have problems, you can ask me. Agatha is there. Aziat is there. All the wonderful folks are there, Charity, to assist, and you guys can work together on it. You can have a goal. The goal right now is for us to take the practitioner exam and at least get into Coursera and select Going Cloud Native. Natalie, I recommend that you go to Coursera. The class is not even $20. You need to go through it and memorize everything and take the exam. I don't recommend you taking the exam without going through Going Cloud Native training. It's not complicated, it's simple. It's the deeper part of the theory of cloud concept. I need you to get that. All of you. So you go through it, memorize it. It will take you 2 weeks to finish that. You just go and take the exam. You will pass.
Is that the link that you posted, Teach?
Before, yeah, I posted it before. Coursera, Going Cloud Native.
Okay.
You guys, all of y'all take it. $20 or less, you buy that and go through it. Is the deeper level of theory from people that work for AWS. So you take that with you. Once you finish it, take the question and answers over and over. Once you score 90%, go take your exam. You should be okay. And when you take the exam, you let us know so we can post it on the website. And I encourage you guys to keep making the website look awesome and great. And we'll keep working on it. I'll make video from time to time. If somebody have a question and it's complicated, they don't know what to do, you can call me and let me know, and I'll find time to make video on that specific thing and post it out. So that's it for today, guys. I think we don't have much to do today, but just to be happy and enjoy ourselves for another aspect of our life that is to come. We've just finished this chapter. We're going to the next chapter. And I encourage you guys to join me the next one, at least to encourage the new ones. And I will prefer if you guys can refer individuals that you think would benefit from this, because I'm planning to start making people pay for it. But if you guys refer people you know will benefit from this, they're not gonna pay for it, because I will say, okay, this person referred you, so you don't have to pay for it. So, I encourage you guys to also support what we are doing, It's not that easy, but I'm doing the best I can. Whatever you can do to support this program to see it moving forward, just do it. Okay? If we don't do anything, we're not going to be able to help ourselves out of the spot we're in. We're not in a very good spot right now, and we need to get up out of it. And that's it for me. I don't know if anybody has anything else to say. If not, I'll wrap up this meeting this evening.
Just again, a massive, massive thank you.
So if there's nothing else, nobody planned any fun and games to do today. So we're just gonna wrap it up. I'd like to thank you guys for showing up the last day of the class. Usually people don't show up at the last day of the class, but I love the enthusiasm in all of you guys to show up in the last day of the class. I'm so excited and so happy. We've done it again, and we'll do it over and over again. And you know what they say, that to part is such a sweet sorrow, but this is not actually parting. This is just a love in our lifetime, because we are always going to work together. We are taproot of one another. We are the taproot of one another. We work together. We have a collective way of doing things. That's the new pedagogy in training these days, or learning. You collectively learn and communally exchange information. That's powerful. So we're not gonna. It's just know it that we are not that far. The phone call, WhatsApp, etc., etc. Okay, so we thank Lockdown for supporting this program to this point, and we also are happy that we've come to the very end of it. And I encourage you guys and charge you to go out there and take on the day and promote the knowledge that you've learned here today. And the new session will start. The new cohort will start in October the 1st, which is the beginning of a new year in my calendar. And again, thank you guys to Josiah again on each one, teach one. And I hope you will be here, whether physically or in spirit, to support our work when the next class comes in. Feel free to tell everybody you know about the program IFACT, which is IT Foundation and AWS Cloud Training, codename IFACT, about this so they can be a part of it. Thank you again.
Thank you so
My
much.
team members.
So glad to be part of your team.
All right,
It's an honor.
let's keep working on that website, and let's do what we can. And Natalie, thank you very much for your donation. That's very, 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 very considerate of you. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
1 cent is a lot for me. That shows it's not the money, it's the principle. You believe that nothing should be free, And so in your life, you will gain every bit of anything that comes your way. That's what it's all about.
So have you received mine? Because I just opened PayPal
Oh,
to
I
pay
haven't
for the
checked it.
course.
When I check it, I will see it. When I see it, I will thank you too.
No,
Okay?
it's not to thank me, but I just wanted to know.
Thank you guys. I really
Thank
enjoyed this, and let's keep in touch, all of us. And everybody that agreed to do whatever they want to do on the website should go ahead and keep working on it. I am signing off now, guys. It was a pleasure. All right.